All right, find your comfortable seat. You can sit on your block, on your pillow, or on the floor, whatever you have. Bring your hands on your laps. Welcome to Pilates Yoga. Close your eyes. And we start with breathing exercise. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Root through your sitting bones and draw the crown of your head up toward the ceiling so your spine is completely extended. Let go of your day so far, or maybe it's just morning. For Rita, it's already evening in St. Petersburg. Let's do it again. Inhale through your nose. Exhale audibly out of your mouth. And then seal your lips and start breathing through your nose. We call it Ujjayi yogic breath, the breath with a sound. Inhale. And slowly exhale through the nose, creating some sound as you exhale. Let's take 5 more rounds of breath like that. Inhale. And exhale. Four more. Inhale. And exhale. Three more like that. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. And then slowly open your eyes. Bring your right hand onto the floor. Lift your left hand up toward the ceiling. Reach up. And as you're ready, bend to your right and draw your left shoulder back. Take 3 more breaths here. Breathing through your nose. And come back to center. Left hand on the floor. Right hand up toward the ceiling. Reach up and bend to your left. Draw your right shoulder back. 3 more big breaths. And come back to center. Bring your right hand behind your back and your left hand onto your right knee and twist to your right. And come back to center. Switch sides. Left hand behind your back, right hand onto your left knee. Twist to your left. And come back to center. Bring your hands in front of you. Walk your hands forward as far as you can. And lift yourself up. Switch the cross of your legs so your other foot in front. Let's try it again. Bring your hands in front of you. Walk your hands forward. And come back to center and make your way on your back. So if you have a ball, take it with you. If you don't have a ball, take a block with you or a book or a towel, anything. Oh, you have a ball. That's good. Very good. So we're going to lower down on the back. Draw your knees to chest and rock from side to side few times. Take few big breaths. Take few circles with your knees clockwise and counterclockwise. And then bring your feet flat on the floor. Take your ball and place between your knees. Squeeze. Keep your hands by the either sides of your hips. And I'm going to take my hands away so you can see what you want to do. Press your lower back onto the floor so there's no space underneath your back. and relax. As you're relaxing your muscles, you will have some space, natural curve underneath your lower back. And as you're engaging your core muscles, squeezing the ball and squeezing your pelvic floor muscles, you will have no space anymore underneath your back. That's how you know if you do it correctly. And relax. So hands by the other side. Let's do 4 more like that. Inhale. So it's a micro movement. Maybe you cannot see it from the side if you're looking in the mirror, but you know you're using right muscles. And relax. 2 more like that. Squeeze and release. 1 last time and relax. And then bring your hands behind your ears, gazing up toward the ceiling. Squeeze again and lift your head and shoulders. Chest lifts. Keep your elbows wide. Exhale. Inhale. Lower back down. Exhale and lift up. Inhale. Lower back down. Let's do 4 more. Exhale. Lifting up. Elbows wide. And inhale. Lower down. 2 more. Exhale. And inhale. 1 last time. Exhale and take a twist to the right. And back to center. Take a twist to the left. And back to center. Squeeze the ball. Take a twist to the right. And center. Take a twist to the left. And center 1 last time to the right. And center 1 last time to the left. Back to center. Release your head down to the floor. Remove the ball. Throw your knees to chest. Rock from side to side a few times. Rock your head side to side to release your neck. And then bring your feet flat on the floor again. Touch your heels with your fingertips. Keep your feet parallel. Place your ball between your knees. Turn your palms down toward the floor. Push your hands onto the floor. Lift your hips up into bridge. Squeeze the ball. And release 6 times. Inhale, lifting up, squeeze. Exhale, release. 4, 5. And 4. Very good. And 3. Lifting up and lower. And 2. Lifting up and lower. 1 last time, lift it up. And release. Drop your knees side to side. Good work, ladies. And then place the ball into your hands. Extend your legs. Flex your feet. Hands above your head. We're going to start with little sit-ups, or maybe not so little. So inhale, lift your head and shoulders, holding on your ball. Don't lift your feet. Peel your back off the floor. Don't lift your feet. And come into seated position. Micro bend the knees. Reach, 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 reach forward as far as you can. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Hands above your head. Let's do 6 times like that. Inhale for 6. And lower back down. So we're inhaling when we're on the back, and we're exhaling for 5. As you're coming up, keep going like that. 4 more. For 4. Keep going. 3 more. Very nice. Good work, ladies. 2 more. You're doing great. Rita, don't lift your feet. Don't lift your feet. 1 last time. Feet glued to the floor. Yeah, very good, very good. And rest. Draw your knees to chest, rock from side to side a few times. Oh, Polly, you're a little bit too close now to me. It's harder to see you. Yeah, when you were away, it was a little bit better. All right. Now bend the knees. Place the ball between your knees again. Touch your heels with your fingertips. And then you want to heel to your feet forward 3 times. Glue your feet to the floor and lift your hands above your head. Squeeze the ball. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders, gaze forward. And then without using your hands, Lift yourself a little higher, so make sure your feet not lifting off the floor. Exhale, slowly lower back down. 6 times. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. 5 more, please. Lifting up and lower down. 4, 4. Lifting up. Very good. And lower down. 3 more. Lifting up. And lower down. Feet not lifting. And 2 more times. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. 1 last time, please. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down and rest. Draw your knees to chest. Rock from side to side few times. And then remove your ball. Place it on the side. Now we're going to do one leg up toward the ceiling. So this is teaser prep. Lift your right leg up. Hands above your head. Everything else the same. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders. Gaze forward. And then bring yourself into half seated position. Exhale, lower back down. Switch sides. Other leg up. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders. Squeeze the muscles, your core muscles. Lift yourself up. Exhale, lower back down. Other side. And keep going like that for 5 on each side. And 5. 4, 4. And 4. Very good. 3 more. 4, 3. And 3. 2 more. 4, 2. Good work, ladies. And 2. And 1 last time. Am I counting too fast? For 1. And 1 last time. And release, lower down, drop your knees side to side few times. And we are moving into full teaser. So full teaser, shins parallel to the ceiling, knees above your hips, hands above your head. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders. And then come into both. So stage 1, knees bent. Stage 2, legs extended. And then bend the knees again and lower back down, hands above your head. Let's do 6 times. Inhale for 6. And lower down. 5 more. Inhale for 5. And lower down. For 4. Inhale for 4. And lower. So not using the hands, Rita. And 3 more. Inhale for 3. Just use your core. Use your core. Come up. Bend the knees, come up. Yeah. And how many more? 1 last time. Okay, let's do just 1 more. Inhale for 1. And release. Lower down, draw your knees to chest. Rock from side to side. And then keep your right knee to chest. And bring your right hand on your right outer ankle and your left hand on your right inner knee. So I'll show it to you on this side. You will see better like that. So one hand inside of the knee and the other hand is outside of your ankle. Now lift your other leg halfway up. Lift your head and shoulders if you can. And we're going to switch the legs and switch, switch, and switch. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And release, head down to the floor. Gently rock your head side to side. Drop your knees side to side. And then lift your head and shoulders again if you can. And bring your both hands on your both ankles. Exhale. And as you inhale, bring your hands over your head and extend your legs. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And let's go 6 times. For 6, if your neck hurts, feel free to drop your head down. For 5, so you can do this, or you can lift your head and shoulders. 4, 3 more breathing, and 2, 1 last time, and release your head down to the floor, knees to chest, rock from side to side, and we are moving into hamstring stretch. Lift your right leg up. Bring your hands behind your right hamstring or your right calf if you can reach. And then extend your left leg halfway up. Lift your head and shoulders if you can. And we're going to pulse 2 times. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. And let's go for 8 and 8. 7 and 7. 6 and 6. 5 and 5. 4 and 4. 3 and 3. 2 and 2. 1 and 1. And release, bend the knees. Drop your head down, knees to chest. Rock from side to side a few times. And then lift your both legs up. Squeeze the ankles and bring your both hands by the other sides of your hips. So make sure you're not arching your back. Remember how we did in the beginning. Press your lower back onto the floor. And we're going to slowly start lowering the legs down any amount without arching your back. So maybe you don't go all the way down. That's okay. And then lift your legs up. If you don't have any neck injuries, high blood pressure, you can also lift your hips off the floor without using your hands. So slowly with control, look up toward the ceiling. So don't look at me at this time when you're lifting your hips, because your neck has to be in right position. So lowering the legs down, neck is extended, neutral. Maybe lifting your hips, maybe not. This is optional. You don't have to necessarily lift your hips. So just do what you can. And let's do 5 more. For 5. And 4. 3 more. And 2. So not too far, the legs not too far, not behind your head, but just parallel to the ceiling. And 1 last time. And release, draw your knees to chest, rock from side to side a few times. And then lift your both legs up toward the ceiling. And bring your both hands on your hips. And we're going to do circles, 2 leg circles. Squeeze the ankles, point your toes, and we're going clockwise 6 times. Try not to move your pelvis, or as less as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go opposite direction. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Bend your knees to chest. We're going to do second set. So you can do second set exactly the same, or you can make it a little harder. So if you're making it a little harder, extend your legs, squeeze the ankles, come on your elbows. Now, try not to lift your shoulders when you're on your elbows. So you want to be nice and tall here. Squeeze, and let's go circle 6 times as well. So hands close to your hips. Try not to move your hips at all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and opposite. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bend the knees, cross your ankles, Come into a seated position. And let's inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Take a forward fold and rest. And then come into seated again. So we're going to do rolling like a ball. Take a ball, place between your chest and your knees like that. Bring your hands on your ankles. And you're going to slowly, with control, roll back and up. So as you're rolling back, only your back is on the floor. Your head is not touching the floor. As you're coming up, try not to touch your feet to the floor. So feet hovering. Let's go back and up and back and up. Let's do 6 more times like that. For 6 and 5. Very good. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And come back into seated position. Rest for a bit. And we're going to do a seal. So for the seal, you don't need the ball. You can place it to the side. And you're going to bring your feet together, knees apart. I'll turn this way so you can see better. You're going to bring your hands underneath your calves. Lift your feet and hold with your hands, all right? Now I'm going to turn sideways again. And so you're going to clap your feet 2 times like a seal. Clap, clap, and then you roll back and you come up. Clap, clap, roll back, come up. 6 times. Let's go for 6. With control, clap, clap, and roll. Very nice. For 5 and roll. Very good. 3 more, 4 more. And 3. 2 more. And 1 last time. And release. Come into seated position. Hug your knees and rest. We have 1 more to go. So resting for a moment. The next one is going to be open leg rocker, which is a little bit more advanced. So if you're not ready, if it's too hard, just do another set of rolling like a ball. You can do with your knees bent, or we're going to extend the legs. So I'm turning this way, and you can notice that feet not together, feet shoulder distance apart, all right? So feet shoulder distance apart, core engaged, holding on your ankles with control, so you don't bump your head on the floor. Slowly with control, rolling back and coming up. Catch yourself, go back and up, back and up. So you can give it a try. If it's too hard, bend the knees and just do the previous variation. Try not to roll on your neck or head, no, no. So just on your upper back, not on your neck, not on your head. And 2 more like that, good work. And rest, come into seated position, bring your feet down to the floor, hug your knees. Rest for a bit. And we're going to do a ball. So take your ball into your hands. Lift your shins up. And at first, we're going just to bring the ball from hand to hand. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's throw the ball. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's drop the ball and catch on each side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Hug your knees and take few big breaths. Good work, everybody. And we're going to roll onto your right side. So have your ball with you if you like. Drink some water just before. I need some water too. We're going on to the right side. And you can double your mat if you wish. And place your elbow on 2 layers. Will be just more comfortable for you. And then you come in on your elbow, so your hand is supporting your head. Now you want to have a ball. This is optional. You can just do without a ball as well. So if you are going to use a ball, you want to place it underneath your ankle. So I'm going to move my block away for you to see. So you see how my ankle is on the top of the ball. My other leg on the top of my right leg. So left leg on the top of your right. Now your legs not in line with your torso, but a little bit in front at the little angle. Now bring your left hand on your left hip. And you're all ready for kicks. Extend your legs, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core. And we're going to lift the foot up, lower down. But very small, not too big. And let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. The next one is going to be forward and back. So bring your foot forward, flex the foot. Bring your foot to neutral, point your toes, and then bring your foot back. So try not to fall off your ball, and try not to move your torso at all, only your leg. Forward, center, back, and center. Now we go 5, and 5, 4, and 4, 3, and 3, 2, and 2, 1, and 1, and rest for a moment. And then we're going to place the ball between your ankles. We're going to lift both legs up, roll the ball to your knee, and unroll. 6 times. Roll, roll, roll up, and unroll. 5 more. Roll, and unroll. For 4, and 3, almost there, and 2, and 1, and rest for a few breaths. And the next one, we're going to squeeze the ball and lift your both legs, and lower, and lift, and lower for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and release. Remove the ball, bend your knees, rest for a bit. The next exercise is a side forearm plank. So come on your forearm. Again, you want to have 2 layers maybe. Unless you have a carpet underneath, then you are good to go. Bend, keep the knees bent, and bring your left ankle in front of your right, and your left hand in front of you. So we're going to lift the hips up. We're going to lift the left hand, and then maybe extend your top leg and maybe your bottom leg. Lift yourself up, lift your rib cage, lift your chest, and then bend the knees, lower everything down. 3 times. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. And release. Unroll your mat and come on your hands, side plank. If you have wrist injury, go on your elbow and just stay on your elbow. Otherwise, on your hand. Plant your left foot onto the floor, lift your left knee. Bring your left hand in front of you. Lift your hips up, lift your left hand. So you can stay here, or you can extend your top leg. Stay here, or extend your bottom leg as well. Lift your chest. And we're going to do thread the needle. Left hand underneath your right armpit, look back, and lift up 3 times. Exhale, inhale, 2 more, and lift, 1 more, and lift, and release your knee down to the floor. Shake your hand, take some circles with your wrist, and let's go to the opposite side. Take your ball with you. You can double your mat, place your elbow on 2 layers, extend your legs, and you can place your ball underneath your left ankle if you did on the other side. Bring your legs at little angle, point your toes, right hand on your hip, And you can lower down on your elbow like that. So your head is supported. And we're going to kick up and down and up and down. 4, 6, and 5, and 4, and 3. Very good. And 2, and 1, and rest for a moment. The next one is going to be forward and back. So you're flexing as you come forward and you're pointing as you come back. Let's do 6 as well. So flex forward and center, point back and center. 5 more, forward, center, back, very good, and center. 4, center, back, and center. 3 more, forward, center, back, and center. For 2, forward, center, back, and center. One last time, forward, center, back, and center, and release. And we're going to place the ball between your ankles. And we're going to lift your both legs, roll the ball to your knee and extend. Hand on your hip, roll and extend. 6 times, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Hold the ball with your ankles, squeeze, getting ready for 2 leg lifts. Lift and lower, and lift and lower for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and release the ball. Come on your forearm for side forearm plank. Double your mat if it's not. Bring your elbow on the floor. Bend the knees. Right ankle in front of your left this time. We're going to lift the hips, extend your top leg, your bottom leg, lift your hand up, lift your chest, and lower. Lift and lower. Let's do 2 more. For 2, and 1 last time. On your elbow, Rita, on your elbow. The first part on your elbow, yes. Okay, do 1 more. Do 1 more now. Lift. Very nice. And rest. And the next one is going to be on your hand. So we're going into side plank. You can unroll your mat, place your hand underneath your shoulder, a little bit in front. Bend your top knee, your right knee, and plant your right foot onto the floor. Lift your hips, lift your hand, extend your top leg, maybe your bottom leg, lift your chest. Let's go hand underneath your arm and lift up. 3, exhale, inhale, 2, and 1, and release your knee down to the floor. Come into kneeling position, shake your hand, take some circles. And let's go into tabletop position. So in your tabletop position, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, tuck your toes. Let's do cat and cow. Inhale, lift your chest and your tailbone, drop your belly. Exhale, round your back like a cat. 5 times. Inhale and exhale. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1 last time, and release. And from here, let's go into forearm plank. So bring your right elbow down and your left. Hold on your opposite biceps to measure the distance. Bring your palms together, interlace your fingers. Press your pinky fingers onto the floor and then push the floor away from you, almost like a cat, little bit less. And then step your right foot back and your left foot back. And then align your hips with your shoulders. So not here either, but just in line. And push your heels back toward the back wall. Push the floor away from you with your forearms. Gaze forward. And we're going to move forward and back. So forward and back. 3 more like that. Forward and back. 2 more. 1 last time. Very nice. Drop your knees down. Child pose. Bring your knees a little wider. Big toes to touch. Sit your hips back on your heels. Drop your forehead. And take a few big breaths. And then let's go back into your forearm plank. Bring your elbows down. Hold on your opposite biceps. Bring your palms together. Interlace your fingers. Press your pinky fingers. Step back into plank. Align your hips with your shoulders. Gaze forward. So this time we are going to lift the right foot. Point the toes. Flex as you come forward. Point back. Flex forward. One more time. And switch. Other leg. Point. Flex. Point. Flex. One more. Flex. Drop the knees. And let's go right into child pose. Drop your forehead. And take a few big breaths. You can bring your hands behind your head into reverse prayer position. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders again. And this time, let's go into a plank. If you have wrist injuries, feel free to do another forearm plank. So wrists underneath your shoulders. And we're going to step back. And again, align your hips with your shoulders. So not here either, but aligned. And then gaze forward. And then lift your right foot off the floor and lower. Lift and lower. Right and lower. Lift and lower. One more. One last. And drop your knees down to the floor. Sit your hips back. Take a few circles with your hands. And then bring yourself into seated position again with your legs in front of you. So let's do a couple of more Pilates exercises and then we'll move into yoga. So this one is reversed tabletop. Bring your hands behind your back. If your wrists hurt, just go on your elbow instead. Otherwise on your hands. Fingertips pointing forward. Feet hip distance, knees parallel. And we're going to lift the hips up into tabletop and lower down. 5 times. Inhale and exhale. For 4, squeeze the glutes. And 3. And 2. And 1. Extend your right leg and step down. Extend your left leg, step down. Your right and lift. One more. One last. And release your hips down to the floor. You can cross your ankles, shake your hands a few times. And bring your hands behind your back. Second set, you can do exactly the same reverse tabletop. Or you can take it into plank. So if you go into reverse plank, keep your feet together, legs extended. We're going to lift the hips up into plank, gazing forward. Exhale, lower back down. 4 more. Inhale, lifting up. And lower back down. 3. And 2. One last time. If you can, lift your right leg and lower. You lift and lower and right. Lower and lift. Lower. One last. One last. And release your hips down to the floor. Shake your hands. Make some circles. Micro bend the knees. Lift your hands up toward the ceiling. Take a deep inhale as you exhale. Bow forward into your forward fold. If you can, hold on your feet or you can hold on your ankles. Keep your spine extended. Take a few more breaths. And then cross your ankles. Come into your tabletop position. Again. And from there, let's go into puppy dog position. So the same like a child pose, we start with the knees wide, feet together. And we're going into child pose just for a moment. And then you're going to slide your hands forward, lift your hips off your heels, rest your forehead on the floor, but keep your arms active and press your chest toward the floor. So your elbows extended, and you will feel the stretch in your upper back. So we transition into yoga right now. So we transition into Ujjayi breath, from Pilates breath back to Ujjayi. Through the nose, deep, slow breath. Inhale and exhale. One more like that. Inhale and exhale. And then walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Walk your knees toward each other slightly. Let's move into downward dog. Step your right foot back, your left foot back, so you are in plank. And then push the floor away from you and lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Step your feet hip distance, micro bend the knees, spread your fingertips wide, root through your fingertips and the heels of your hands. Draw your chest to your thighs and your hips toward the back wall. Gaze to the back of your mat and take 5 big breaths. So you want to have your fingertips very active. So your fingertips not together, but far apart. So your fingers like a rays of a sun. So your hands very active, pushing the floor away from you with your hands. And start walking your dog. Press your right heel onto the floor, bend your left knee. And then press your left heel onto the floor and bend your right knee. And then gaze forward toward your hands and slowly start walking your feet, baby steps, all the way forward toward your hands. Maybe you need to lift the heels of your hands off the floor. Maybe you need to bend your knees a little more. Lift your chest up, inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins, scoop your chest, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do one more like that. Inhale and exhale. And then hold on your opposite elbows, let your head hang. Gently rock from side to side a few times. And then release your elbows, bring your hands on your hips. Slowly press yourself up into standing position. And then release your hands by the other side. And you can close your eyes just for a moment. And take 5 big breaths. So this is mountain pose. In your mountain pose, you want your feet parallel hip distance. You want to stack your knees above your ankles, hips above your knees, shoulders above your hips, ears above your shoulders, rooting through all 4 corners of your feet. Your pinky toe mount, your big toe mount, inner and outer heels. So you're like a mountain. If somebody came and tried to move you, they will not be successful. That's how strong you are, no matter what. And then slowly open your eyes and lift your hands up toward the ceiling. And then hold your right wrist with your left hand and turn your palm up toward the ceiling. Reach up and then slowly bend to your left. Take few big breaths here. Keep your shoulders square. So you want to draw your left armpit ½ inch forward. And come back to center. Micro bend the knees a little bit to release your lower back. And then hold your other wrist, your left wrist, with your right hand. Root through your feet and bend to your right. Shift your hips to your left. Take 3 more breaths here. And then come back to center. Micro bend the knees again. And then release your hands. Bring your hands on your lower back. Support your lower back with the heels of your hands. And then you're going to keep the knees slightly bent. Shift your hips forward into standing camel back bend. Keep your chin about apple apart from your chest. So not too far, maybe 2 inches away from your chest. Pressing your hips forward, lifting the chest up. Inhale, slowly press through your feet. Lift yourself up. Release your hands. Inhale, lift your hands up, reach up. Exhale, come into forward fold, micro bend the knees, touch the floor with your fingertips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's go into Padangustasana, long forward fold. So with your 2 first fingers and your thumbs, hold on your big toes. You're grabbing on your big toes. Knees slightly bent, belly is on your thighs. Inhale, lift your chest up, gaze forward. Exhale, bow forward. And see if you can touch your forehead to your shins without locking the knees. So knees slightly bent. If you feel dizzy, of course, if your back hurting, modify. Just keep your hands on your shins. Take 3 more breaths if you can. So we're trying to lift the hips a little more without locking the knees. And then slowly gaze forward. Bring your hands on your hips. And slowly, with control, lift yourself up. Not too fast so you don't get dizzy. Come into standing and release your hands by the other side. Getting ready in 4 sun salutations. Let's do 3 sun salutations. A. Inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, forward fold, knees slightly bent, touch your fingertips to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank. Chaturanga, you have option to drop your knees if you need. Try not to drop your belly, not to do this. So we're going slowly with control, bend the elbows, keep your elbows parallel. Lower down, point your toes back, lift your chest up into cobra, or maybe an upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Gazing to the back of your mat. Take 3 big breaths. And then bend the knees, gaze forward, step walk or hop into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through feet. Lift your hands up, gaze up. Exhale, draw your palms in front of your heart. And lower your hands down. Let's do 2 more like that. So you turn, you're doing, and I'll see how you're doing. Inhale, lift your hands up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands onto the floor, step back into plank. Shoulders over your wrists, knees can be on the floor. Chaturanga, slowly lower down. Inhale, point your toes back, lift your chest up into cobra or an upward dog if you wish. Exhale, downward dog. Very nice. Take 3 big breaths in your downward dog position. Pull your feet a little bit too far from your hands. Walk your feet forward a little more. Gazing forward, step walk or hop into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through your feet, lift your hands up, gaze up. Exhale, draw your palms in front of your heart. And lower your hands down. Well done. Let's do 1 more like that. Inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back into plank. Chaturanga, slowly lower down. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take 3 big breaths in your downward dog. And then bend the knees, gaze forward, step, walk, or hop into your forward fold. Inhale, half belly. Exhale, forward fold. And then place your 2 fists between your ankles to measure the distance. Two fists between your ankles. We're moving into chair from here. Bring your hands on your hips and press yourself up into standing. Release your hands by the other side. And then bring your hands in front of you with your palms facing down and shift your hips back. Gaze forward and lower down onto imaginary chair. Gazing forward, so your knees will be just above your tippy toes and your hips at the back and your gaze just in front of you. And take 5 big breaths. And as you're ready, slowly release into your forward fold. Inhale, half belly. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring your hands on your hips. Lift yourself up into standing. Release your hands by the other side. Inhale, lift your hands up, reach up. Exhale, come into forward fold, micro bend the knees. Plant your hands onto the floor, step back into downward dog. Lift your right leg up toward the ceiling, 3-leg dog. Gaze forward. Step your right foot all the way forward. Drop your left knee down. If you need, you can use something like block or pillow or blanket underneath your back knee. Gazing forward, lift your hands up toward the ceiling, reach up. Lift through your chest, drop your shoulders down. So your right knee just above your right ankle. Try not to lift your shoulders. Breathing through the nose. 3 more big breaths. And then lean forward. Draw your palms in front of your heart and start taking a twist to the right side. And if you can, bring your left elbow to your right knee and then push your elbow against your knee and twist a little more. And you can stay here or you can lift the back knee off the floor. And take 2 more breaths. And then bring your back knee down. Hands by the other side. Move your block. And step back into downward dog. And then lift your left leg up toward the ceiling, 3-leg dog. Gazing forward. And step your left foot all the way forward. Drop your right knee down to the floor, low lunge. Lift your hands up toward the ceiling, reach up. Take 2 big breaths. And then draw your palms in front of your heart. And slowly start twisting to the left. And bring your right elbow to your left knee. Lift your sternum to your thumbs. Stay where you are or lift your back knee off the floor. You're doing great. Extend that back knee and take 3 more breaths. Very nice. And then slowly bring your back knee down to the floor and twist. Lift your hands up toward the ceiling once again. And as you exhale, bring your hands by the other sides of your front foot. And step back into downward dog. And then drop your knees down to the floor into tabletop position. And from there, cross your ankles and come into seated position. Extend your legs in front of you. And so you want to sit up tall. You can micro bend the knees, push your hands against the floor, drop your shoulders. And we're going to bend the right knee and bring your right foot to left upper thigh. If you have some kind of strap belt, in case you need it, or maybe you don't, lift your hands up toward the ceiling. So you might want to have it beside you. If you don't have, that's okay too. And then slowly start bending forward. So you can either hold on your foot, or you can take your strap or your belt into your hands. Lift your hands up. Slowly bow forward. Lasso your foot with your strap. So this is gives your arms a little bit extension. Shoulder blades on your back, knee micro bend, bending forward, gazing forward. And if you're using a strap, you can hold on your strap or walk your hands eventually forward and maybe hold on your foot. If not today, in the future. And take few more breaths here. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. And then lift yourself up. And then we're going to bring that right foot a little bit away from your thigh. So I'm turning this way again for you to see. So you want to have some gap between your foot and your thigh, about 2 inches. And bring your left hand on your ankle and your right hand up toward the ceiling. Reach up and slowly start bending sideways. Lift through the chest. Keep your neck relaxed. Take few more breaths. And lift yourself up. Let's switch sides. Extend your right leg and bend your left knee. Left foot to your right thigh. Using a belt or not, lift your hands up. Slowly bow forward. Maybe placing a strap around your foot. Maybe walking your hands forward. Maybe holding on your tippy toes. Make sure you're not lifting your shoulders. So all those variations are okay. Not to lift your shoulders, not to round your back. Take few more breaths. And then slowly lift yourself up and bring your foot away from your thigh. And then bring your right hand on your right shin, left hand up toward the ceiling and bend to your right. Draw your left shoulder back. Your neck neutral, so gazing just in front of you. And bring yourself up into seated again. Extend your left knee, so your both legs extended. And then bend your right knee again and step your right foot across of your left thigh and bring your right hand behind your back and your left hand up toward the ceiling. And then bring your left arm around your knee. And I'm going to turn this way. So you're going to take a twist to the back of your mat. Gaze over your shoulder. And untwist back to center, switch sides. Extend your right leg, bend your left knee, step your left foot across, left hand behind your back, right hand up toward the ceiling, reach up, and bring your right arm against your left knee. Twist to the back of your mat. And then untwist back to center, extend your left leg, and we're loading down for Shavasana final relaxation. So we're going not to move for 5 minutes. So if you need to turn off your lights or grab a blanket, a pillow, whatever you need, feel free to do that. And then you're loading down on your back, and you will draw your knees to chest at first and rock from side to side a few times here. And then you can take a happy baby if you wish. Lift your feet up toward the ceiling. Press your elbows against your knees. Wrap your hands around your outer ankles or maybe hold on your outer feet. So your head and your tailbone is on the floor, not lifting. And we're going to rock side to side a few times. And eventually you're going to extend your legs. And extend your arms so you take in as much space as you can. I'm going to turn some of the lights off as well. You're welcome to turn off your lights. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale audibly out of your mouth. Let's do one more like that. Inhale. And exhale. And then seal your lips. Keep breathing through the nose, just normal breath. Try to relax every part of your body. From your tippy toes all the way up to the crown of your head. Relaxing your feet. Relaxing your calves. Relaxing your thighs. Relaxing your hands, your fingertips, your palms, your forearms, your arms. Relaxing your shoulders, your back. Relaxing your belly. Relax your torso, your chest. Relax your neck. Relax the crown of your head completely. Try to relax your jaw as well. So you have some space between your teeth, upper and lower jaw, not clenching your teeth. Relaxing the wrinkle between your eyebrows. Try to rest for a few more minutes, not to have any thoughts at all. Letting go of any thoughts that might come into your mind, just for a few minutes, to create some space in your mind, to rest your nervous system, to recharge your batteries. And then slowly start coming back to your breath, back to your awareness, finding tiny movements into your fingertips and your toes, into your hands and your feet. Slowly start reaching your hands above your head for a stretch. And then draw your knees to chest once again and rock from side to side a few times. And slowly roll onto your side, and from there press yourself up into seated position and draw your palms in front of your heart to conclude our class. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to unmute you so you can chat with me if you like.